Yehovah Gadol, Yehovah the Great, Yehovah Elohi, Yehovah Gadol. Kadosh, 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 please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach Kodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. We'll start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Nehemiah chapter 12. These are the Kohanim and Leviim who went up to Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Yeshua, Seraiah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amiriah, Miluk, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rakum, Mirimot, Edo, Gentoi, Akiah, Maimin, Adaiah, Bilgash, Shemaiah, Yoyariv, Yodiah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, and Yadiah. These were the leaders of the Kohanim and their kinsmen during the time of Yeshua. The Leviim, Yeshua, Binui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Yehuda, and Mattaniah, who was in charge of the songs of thanksgiving, he and his kinsmen, with Bakbuka and Uni, their kinsmen, singing antiphonial with them in the service. Yeshua was the father of Aleph Tav Joachim. Joachim was the father of Aleph Tav Eliashiv. Eliashiv was the father of Aleph Tav Yoyada. Yoyada was the father of Aleph Tav Yonatan. And Yonatan was the father of Aleph Tav Yadu'ah. In the days of Joachim, these were the Kohanim, who were the heads of fathers' clans of Syria, Miriah, and Jeremiah, Hananiah, and Ezra, Meshullam, and Meshullam of Amariah, Yochanan of Milku, Yonatan of Shavanya, Yosef of Harim, Adna of Mariot, Hilkai of Edo, Zechariah of Ginton, Meshullam of Akiah, Zikri of Minyamin of Moadiah, Piltai of Bilgai, Shemua of Shemaiah, Yonatan of Yoyariv, Matnai of Yodiah, Uzi of Salai, Kalai of Amok, Ever of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, and of Yodiah, Netanel. As for the Leviim, the heads of the fathers' clans in the days of Eliashiv, Yoyada, Yochanan, and Yudah were recorded as the Kohanim. Up to the reign of Darivish the Persian, the descendants of Levi, who were heads of the fathers' clans, were recorded in the annals until the days of Yochanan, the grandson of Eliashiv. The chiefs of the Leviim were Hashaviah, Sherviah, and Yeshua the son of Kadmiel, with their kinsmen in the antiphonial choir, to praise and give thanks in accordance with the order of David the man of God, choir opposite choir. Mattaniah, Bakbuka, Obadiah, Meshullam, Taman, and Akuv were the gatekeepers who guarded the supplies kept at the gates. This was in the days of Joachim, the son of Yeshua, the son of Yadzadok, in the days of Nehemiah, the governor of Ezra, the Kohen, the Torah teacher. At the dedication of the wall of Yerushalayim, they sought out the Aleph Tav Leviim from wherever they settled to bring them to Yerushalayim and celebrate the dedication with hymns of thanksgiving and with songs accompanied by cymbals, lutes, and lyres. The trained singers assembled together from the area of Yerushalayim, the villages of Netofati, Beit Gilgal in the region of Giva, and Asmavit. For the singers has built the villages for themselves all around Yerushalayim. The Kohanim, the Leviim, first purified themselves, then they purified Aleph Tav the people, Aleph Tav the gates, and Aleph Tav the wall, and after that I brought Aleph Tav the leaders to Yehuda up into the wall, and appointed 2 large choirs to give thanks and to walk in procession. One went to the right of the wall toward the dung gate. After them went Hoshea and half of the leaders of Yehuda, together with Azariah, Ezra, Meshulam, Yehuda, Benjamin, Shemaiah, and Jeremiah. With them were some of the sons of the Kohanim carrying trumpets, namely Zechariah, the son of Yonatan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Milkiah, the son of Zakur, the son of Asaph, and his kinsmen, Shemaiah, Ezriel, Milalai, Galalai, Ma'ai, Natanel, Yehuda, and Hanani, who had the musical instruments of David, the man of God. Ezra, the Torah teacher, led them. At the foundation gate, they went straight up the steps of the city of David, where the walls go up, passed above the house of David, and went on the water gate on the east. The other Thanksgiving choir consisted of the half people walking on the wall to meet them, with myself following. They went above the tower of the furnace on the broad wall above the Ephraim gate, by the gate of the old city, to the fish gate, to the tower of Hananel, to the tower of 100, as far as the sheep gate, and halted at the prison gate. Thus stood the 2 choirs of those giving thanks to the house of God, with myself and half the leaders with me. The Kohanim were excluded: Elakayim, Maaseiah, Manassehim, Mechaiah, Eliatani, Zechariah, Hananiah, carrying trumpets. Also Maaseiah, Shamyah, Eleazar, Uzi, Yonakan, Malchiah, Elam, and Ezer. The singers sang loudly and directed by Yizrechiah. With joy they offered great sacrifices that day, for God had made them celebrate with great joy. The women and children too rejoiced, so that the celebration in Yerushalayim could be heard far off. At the time, men were appointed to be charge of the storerooms for supplies, contributions, firstfruits, and tents, and to gather into them from the fields beyond the cities the portions prescribed by the Torah for the Kohanim and Leviim. For Yehuda rejoiced over the Kohanim and Leviim who took their position, carrying out the duties of their God and the duties of purification, as also did the singers and gatekeepers, in accordance with the order of David and Shlomo his son. For back for the days of David and Asaph, for had been the leaders of those singing the songs and praise and thanksgiving to God. So in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah, all Israel gave portions to the singers and the gatekeepers as required daily. They set aside the portions of the Leviim, in turn aside the portion of the descendants of Aaron. How can we learn to love Yehovah after reading this chapter? We can love Yehovah by offering thanksgiving with gladness. Love Yehovah by dedicating all work and blessing to his name. Love Yehovah by worshiping with joy that leads, strengthens his people. How can we love our neighbors as we love ourselves and as Yeshua loves us? By sharing in worship and thanksgiving together, rejoicing in Yehovah's goodness for the whole community. How can we bear one another's burdens? By joining in celebration, carrying their joy as much as their sorrow, for Yehovah unites his people. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found? 1. Joy. The dedication of the wall was marked by great rejoicing. 2. Faithfulness. Leaders and priests served diligently in worship. 3. Generosity. The people gave offerings to sustain Yehovah's house. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Chanukah. Chanukah. Dedication. Verse 27. At the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites to celebrate joyfully. How can we find Yeshua in the scriptures? The dedication of the wall foreshadows Yeshua's dedicating himself to complete salvation. The songs of thanksgiving echo the worship surrounding Yeshua's triumphal entry. The rejoicing of Yerushalayim anticipates Messiah's reign in New Jerusalem. What is the mitzvah response, Torah-based? Mitzvah. Deuteronomy 16, verse 14. You shall rejoice in your feast, you and the Levite and the sojourner. A response might look like this: I will rejoice before Yehovah in worship and generosity, sharing his joy with others. What is the Hebrew declaration? Simchat Yerushalayim, milah b'todah, laYehovah. The joy of Jerusalem was filled with thanksgiving to Yehovah. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.